Alright everybody, this is my 1997 Chevy C3500 Dually, and I'm getting ready to put the front lift on it. I've got a 4.5 inch lift spindle. I've got brand new lower control arms, and I plan to put brand new upper control arms, new tie rod ends, idler pitman arm, sway bar stuff, and get it aligned. I've got the same tires for the front as the rear. I just picked these up. They are Ironman All Countries, 285 75 16s. Yeah, I know I'm missing a lug nut. I actually got 2-inch wheel spacers to go in between the dually wheels, and it's not too bad. I think it's about a 1/2 inch too wide. I could have got away with 1.5 inches, but now they're definitely far enough apart that I'll never have any clearancing issues. But I just wanted to give a quick overview on this truck. I bought this truck with a 5.7 Vortec in it, and I actually recently accumulated a parts truck that had 65,000 miles on it. You can actually see it in my engine swap video. But this truck now is equipped with a 7.4 Vortec and 4L80. There it is. But the body had 140,000 on it. Everything is there. I used every single thing. That's the simplest way to put it. Everything. The bumper and grille are temporary. I've actually got some different stuff I'm gonna do. I want to put a brush guard on it because I plan to use this thing to push cars around and stuff. But the only thing I wanted to do with this intro was give a look at the dually. I know right now with the front wheels up on the concrete, it doesn't look like it's raked that bad, but I'll throw in some pictures here. It's raked really, really bad. So I believe the 4.5 inch lift will do perfect. So I'm gonna show you that stuff now. Lower control arms. There's the 4.5 inch lift spindles. I'll put a link in the description for these. I know these are the, I believe, MoveTech brand or Motech or something. My buddy picked these up off Rock Auto. His truck was a 4-wheel drive, and they sent him the wrong ones. I ended up with them. So I've got all this stuff ready to go. The lift kit actually came with extended brake hoses and all the hardware for that, and it came with new shocks for the front too. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this stuff installed so I can put my fronts on. Here's the other tires. So anyways, stay tuned for a final product. I pretty much plan to get the lift spindles on, and if everything works out right, I'll have the interior back together also. I mean, this thing, I know this thing looks pretty raggedy inside. I hate messy interiors. And that'll be it. And yes, I'm leaving the dent. There's the rake again for the last time. Alright, got the wheels off. First step's out of the way, the easy step. Planning on really digging into it hard and heavy tomorrow, but I am going to go ahead and take a few things off. Tie rod, sway bar, maybe the brake calipers. right, this side's all apart. I'm gonna save you guys the trouble of watching me do the other side. It'll come apart exactly the same. I ended up getting the lower control arm out after struggling. It didn't want to come out, and I didn't video it because it was sketchy and I was a little scared, but I got it. See you guys at final assembly. All right, guys, giving a shout out to my boy Dan, DC's Garage on YouTube, Instagram. He brought me down this Craftsman torque wrench to have, and brought me the Pitman arm puller. Throw a link in the description for his YouTube channel. He's building a badass big block truck, C10, and he straight up hooked me up with this torque wrench. It's pretty freaking awesome. So thanks, Dan. Here's where I'm at on the truck. Driver's side stripped apart. As you guys saw, I did the passenger side last night. It is Sunday now, and parts don't come until Tuesday. So we'll see you guys in the next clip of us putting this thing back together. Eddie! All he does is stretch. Good boy, Dubis. Bubba, what you got? Hey. What do you got? What do you got? Here's most of the things. Not pictured is my lower control arms that are inside the shop. Uppers, tie rod ends, inner outer. These are sway bar end links, idler Pitman. I got this. My buddy recommended that to get my Pitman off because it's wider than normal. I got the upgraded brake pads, new calipers, tub of grease, coil spring compressor, bearings, races, seals, and the Swiffer pads. Swiffer pads, scrubs in a bucket. And I got something that I've always wanted. Handy Packer bearing packer. Buddy bearing. Buddy bearing. I got one. Been wanting one forever.
That's pretty neat.
It's 20 bucks. Lyle, good brand. So anyways, thanks to my buddy Jeremy up at Doug's for hooking me up with all this stuff. Gave me a good price on everything. We're about to get started. We're gonna throw the lowers on, get the springs in, get the uppers on, and get the spindles on is the plan for today. See how far we get. All right, y'all, got one side done. New lower control arm, new upper control arm, springs in. Had to use the spring compressor. Sketchy as usual, but there's the spindle. You can see the drop on it. It's weird that you lower the spindle to raise the truck, but I guess this would normally be like here. Doo-doo. So, yeah, I done moved all the tools to this side, and now we're gonna get started on it real quick before Grant leaves. Oh, yeah. We're out here in the shop. It's been a few days since I videoed, but we got a lot done. I was waiting on the rotors, which I got turned, and I put those on last night. Got the calipers on last night with the pads, and this is where I ran into my snag. The brake hoses fit perfectly. They're extended brake hoses that came with my leveling kit. This brake line right here, the hard line, was actually a little kinked, and when I went to unkink it, it just split. So it's probably a good thing it happened now. And I'm gonna go ahead and address it. Here's the old line right here. That's where it broke off. And then I've got this piece of line that's new. This is my other stuff I'm working on. Got the new Pitman arm, the new idler arm, and then the idler arm bracket, upper idler. Not exactly sure what it's called. Got this socket for the pitman arm, a couple of bolts there, cotter keys. This is the tie rods here. Got me a new grease gun since I didn't have one. And I just busted the tie rods off the center link here. And I'm gonna get the center link cleaned up and reuse it because it was tight. There's the sleeves. There's these are the new design Moog soy bar end links. Pretty crazy looking. I got the measurement of where my tie rods were, center to center of the joint. And yeah, really just been working. Haven't been doing too much videoing, but it's pretty obvious you just reverse the process with your new parts. A couple of things fought us on this side. The spring compressor that we had was working great, and then our impact was almost out of battery. And I didn't have a charger or another battery or anything, so this spring is not quite all the way in exactly where I want it. But I'm just gonna drive it around with no shocks, like around the neighborhood, let them pop around, and hopefully they pop into place. And if not, I'll just have the alignment shop do it when I take it to get aligned. But see this side, brake hose is all hooked up to the line good. Everything was cool there. Got the ABS just chilling there. Got to plug it back in still and route all that stuff. I didn't want to hook the line up or zip tie anything until I get it actually sitting on the ground where it's going to be riding most of the time, because the suspension is completely depressed right now. But we're getting there. Gonna keep rolling on it. All right, there's the tie rods, idler, upper idler, pitman arms on, and the other tie rods on. And it's time to set this thing on the ground. It's literally exactly what I wanted. It's still sitting a tad bit lower in the front. It's awesome.